Paradise finale chat. Season 2, Paradise season 2 on Hulu. We're having a good time. All of y'all got things to say. I made the captions Alex, X, and Sinatra because they tried it multiple times. Okay. They tried it multiple times. We had a great chat last time. Sterling K. Brown listens to these chats, guys. I just want to be very clear. He watches the clips, he's tapped in. So, Sterling K. Brown, shout out to you. Thank you for everything that you do. I saw the roast that you did with like Josh John, the mini roast that he did. It's really hard to roast you, Sterling K. Brown. You've made it really impossible. Um, but we've got some things to say. We all tapped in, and shout out to all of us. This is what we watched. We tapped into the show. We shared our views. We got everybody listening, watching. That's what we're here to do. Teach. Paradise season 2. Let's first talk about the expectations that Paradise season 1 set for us. And you'll have to excuse me. Yes, I have my little endearing list for my Invisalign that I never needed, but I wanted because, that's how we do it. But Teach, let's talk first about Paradise season 1 going into season 2. We talked a little bit about it last chat on like what we expected, what we wanted. Let's kind of close the loop on that, like what we were looking for in season 2 versus what we got. Go ahead, Teach. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you. First of all, what made season one work for me are two things. One, they have an outstanding cast. There's really only one member of the cast I would take issue with. Other than that, I think the cast is great, and that persists in season two. And we got some cool newcomers who are doing a good job on the acting side. So that you get what you expect. The cast is still great. Yeah, the newcomers are doing great. Shailene Woodley was an inspired choice to add to the cast. What they decide to do with that character, maybe I have some issues with that, but uh, you got the cast. And then secondly, our protagonist, Xavier, his name is Xavier. I just want everybody to make that clear. I don't, I've never heard him called anything else, but maybe I missed something,
We'll
whatever.
talk about it. Yeah, because his name is
Uh,
Xavier. Go ahead.
that man's
Yeah.
name is Xavier.
He introduces himself as Xavier. Mhm.
But Xavier has a goal, and his goal is to figure out who killed the president, and the person who's standing in the way of that goal is the antagonist, Sinatra. That's what makes the season work, amongst other things. There are other good things about this first season, don't get me wrong, but the driving force of the season is the protagonist has a goal, antagonist is in the way. We love our protagonist, we hate our antagonist. That makes for good television.
He's
And one of
season 1 type shit,
it's
type beat.
season one. So
Yep.
one of the things that really bothered me about season two, and I have many things that bother me, but one of the things is there's a scene in this finale where our protagonist and our antagonist are in the same room again. And it's like, oh my God, this should mean so much to us because these are the two most important characters. These are the two characters we care about the most. But their storylines in season two could not be more separate. Sinatra and Xavier have nothing to do with each other in season two. So when they end up in a room together in the finale, it means literally nothing. There are no stakes whatsoever. Xavier's goals and what his goal has been the whole season has nothing to do with Sinatra. Sinatra is doing nothing when as it relates to finding his wife, which is his main goal of the season. Sinatra's not finding his wife. Sinatra doesn't know that he's out looking for his wife. Sinatra could give a shit what's going on outside the bunker because she's worried about all the palace intrigue inside the bunker. So now our two most important characters are on different sides of the world, basically, and I hate that. I that is a major mistake that the writers made, in my opinion, and not finding a way to still give us Xavier versus Sinatra in season two, even if their goals change and things change around them. The basic premise of the show should not change around it, and that is one of the things that really frustrated me about this season of TV.
I appreciate you being very clear about what season 1 was about, right? Because we can't talk about season 2 without season 1. Season 2 exists because season 1 did so well, okay? So, yes, we're in that part of the chat where we're talking about season 1. I love that you reminded people what that was, right? We always like to say, like, this is our Super Bowl. Our Super Bowl was Xavier Sinatra, right? We threw in some James, we threw in some Billy Pace, whatever, we threw in some things and it makes sense. The story was amazing, right? Like, I really enjoyed it. What was the Super Bowl in season 2? At first, we understand it because of that perfect season finale in season one, which is Xavier's going to get his wife. Xavier needs to find his wife. Sinatra messed that whole thing up for him. President, whatever happened, death, all that. This is romance, baby. I told y'all. What we watch Pillar. Everything is a romance. So he's going to get his wife. How did y'all feel about the meeting of the wife? It wasn't enough sex for me. I'm so sorry. It wasn't enough romance for me. It's been 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know how many years, and we've been apart, and you've been sending me telegrams. It's not gonna give hug. We have children together. But I like that you brought it up because who was the antagonist in this story? Everyone? Was everyone the antagonist in season two? Who was the antagonist in season two? Can someone tell me that? TJ, who was the antagonist? Come up, chat. Who was the antagonist in season two? Who is stopping my boy from finding his wife? He
The
was on. Go ahead.
the last two, first, I guess the mailman was kind of the antagonist. There was no fucking antagonist to all the people he encountered along the way. I don't know, but I guess the real antagonist that we're supposed to be left with, the last two shots of this season are of a server room with the big computer AI that is glowing
Spoiler
for
alerts.
dramatic effect.
Lots of spoilers. That's what we're
And
here for.
then the last shot is of Xavier. So that is our new Super Bowl is Xavier versus AI, and that is just inherently 99% less cool than Xavier versus Sinatra. It just will never reach those heights, period. I don't care what they do.
What
That's
did they
just
do in
not nearly
Mission?
as fun.
What did they do in Mission Impossible?
They ruined it because they had this thing
Okay.
of go against the entity. We don't want to see Tom Cruise fight the entity. We want to see Tom Cruise fight and kill a human. That's what made the movies work.
And so, while I respect it, I respect the industry and the writers and everybody going in and saying, hey, we're in the midst of in real life, right? Like what we watch is here because we understand how art and real life and the industry and everything affects what we enjoy on screen. I get it, guys. We get it. AI is in every single person's conversation at any given time if you have any relation to the internet. AI, AI, AI. The Alex thing, I'm not into it. I'm not into the Alex thing. And I'm consistent. This is not even a knock on Paradise. This is a knock on anybody that wants my faves, sexy men, to fight AI. Enough. Then, chat, and I see everybody else quiet. Y'all letting me and Tej cook. Go ahead. Come on up. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Tweet it out. Say something. And hashtag what we watch. We got you. There's a lot of criticisms online that people don't understand sci-fi. So you've grouped everyone that has takes issue with the show that they don't understand sci-fi. What's that about, chat? What's that about, chat? Anthony, welcome to the stage. AC Cool, talk to me. What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
You got cut off, so I didn't hear exactly what the question was. Could you repeat that?
I I was talking about the fact that everybody on the chat, everybody on Twitter was like, if you don't like the show, it's because you don't understand sci-fi and you weren't paying attention. Did you see any of that?
I did say that. That's just lame. That's lame, and I agree with everything that you said. Going all the way back to the reunions, I think a part of shows when you have people characters gone for so long, I really look forward to reunions. I want to be sad. I hope to have emotion. I want to cry. I wanted to cry when Terry got reunited with the kids. I wanted to feel happiness and joy when Terry got reunited with her husband. To be fair, it was a tough situation when she got first reunited with her husband, but like there was still no moment after of like, oh yeah, intimacy, love, we're happy.
Right.
He had more intimacy with Dr. Tarabi than he did with his wife.
Is
Um,
that
so I digress. But yeah, I hear you. People are saying all that sci-fi nonsense. It's just nonsense. I don't get it. People are weird. But to back to no one wants to see Sterling versus AI. Like it's way better if it was him versus humans. All the Tom Cruise references. So I'm covering a lot of different topics because I was laughing at everything that was said, but I could not agree more with everything that you've said so far.
I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here because here's the thing. I enjoy Paradise. I really do. Thank you. And you could I'll mute you now because I know there's a lot of background. Teach. And I'm glad Anthony is with here with us on this. You know me. When I watch a TV show, I need to be invested in a character. That's it. And that's why I'll always be invested in Paradise. Because anything that happens to Sterling K. Brown happens to me. Okay? It matters big time to me. We're gonna get these wives out the way. But after we get these wives out the way, I'm invested. Okay? I wanted to feel something. Y'all can't keep faking deaths with me. Stop doing that. Enough with the fake death pumps. Pump fakes. Enough. TJ,
There-
how many times
I'm
are we gonna
pretty.
do a death pump fake? How
I'm
many
pretty
times are
sure
people gonna survive dying?
I think Jane is still alive. I think Sinatra is still alive,
Everybody's
and
still alive.
they fake killed the black lady 2 times in 8 episodes. They literally did it twice. I think that's insane.
It sounds like we're ragging on. Like I'm telling you, there's no way I can criticize a show without being fully immersed. I'm in. I'm in, guys. I'm in. I love Sterling K. Brown. I'm gonna say that every other sentence. It doesn't matter. It's true. I love Sterling K. Brown. I love the 8 minutes of him running at the end of a finale. But hold on. What was that for? Outside of making sure that I felt good seeing him run for 8 minutes. Outside of visuals, why did he run for 8 minutes at the end of the finale? To then be handed a card that he's like user X. Chat, we're not having this conversation anymore. No one calls him X. That dialogue felt forced when the daughter said it herself. Yeah, his name is Xavier, but people call him X. No, they don't. If your mom or your best friend calls you a certain nickname, that's not people calling you that nickname. That's your mom and your best friend calling you that nickname.
Monique,
When was he called X, chat?
the first 3 minutes of this episode pissed me off, Monique. We literally, when we started the episode, I was already pissed off. Monique, those people
TJ,
were sitting in a classroom. The guy goes up to the front and he says, "This is the first organic AI supercomputer," whatever the fuck he said. "This is the first one in existence." The professor looks out at the whole class and says, "Class dismissed." First of all, sir, if somebody just came up with the first whatever the fuck it is, I'm not leaving this classroom. I'm not.
I'm not leaving this
I'm not
classroom.
leaving this classroom. I'm
What
not
did
just
you
gonna be
just
like
say?
going with my day. What did you just say? Oh
What
my
did you
god,
say?
this sounds important. I'm not leaving this classroom. But
The
that's cool.
fastest computer in the world is in a briefcase up 200
Yeah,
feet from me.
he getting
I'm finna go
robbed.
grab that
He's
suitcase. Where
getting
we in?
y'all getting robbed. But I'm not
What are
leaving
we
this
talking about?
classroom. But that's cool. You
I'm
hard
coming
cut.
to the front of the classroom with you.
You,
I'm in the front of the classroom with you. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
This
not
is the
leaving this
first computer.
classroom.
I'm
The issue was it felt like through 5 episodes we were on a slow hamster wheel, and then we had to jam a whole bunch of shit into the back half of the season. And so
no, not the back half. This one episode alone.
the pacing of the last episode is insane. So after he says class
Insane.
dismissed, we go to the professor's house and we know his wife is sick, so we end up in the house, and so we understand this man is the protege that saw him get murdered in a couple episodes earlier. The first thing the professor says after we hard cut is, "By the way, I'm going to be the face of this because they won't accept this from a teenager." And I paused my TV. I said, fuck did we get here? This man just said, "I invented a supercomputer for the first time ever," and the next line of dialogue is, "By the way, I'm going to be the face of this." And they just speed past that. The dude doesn't even put up a fight. He doesn't say shit.
And
He's
let
just
me,
like, cool. He's just like, all right,
in the
cool. Let's
sense
go
of
on to the next.
pacing, let me stop you, right? Let's not go past that. 'Cause let's be clear, TJ. The face of what? He handed you a briefcase with a chip 11 minutes ago. It was 11 minutes ago. Then you invited him into your home and you dismissed a whole entire college class. Stop talking to me about what sci-fi is, guys. I can suspend as much disbelief as possible. But if this is a pivotal moment in which our protagonist ends up engaging with this computer, I'm gonna need a little bit more.
That is the birth of our big bad, Monique. It is now revealed that this thing that this guy created is the birth of our big bad, and the way that we established it
Was
was in 15 seconds of two scenes chopped together. I could not
I
believe
couldn't
that. I
believe
could
it.
not believe that.
I couldn't believe it. You are revealing a character. in the finale of your show, which is very hard to do. Y'all didn't do a terrible job. It's a very hard thing to do. You're trying to get me committed to a new character. Okay. I say this respectfully. I don't give a fuck about that dead man's wife. Okay. I am so sorry. I don't care about the dead man's wife. But okay, cool. We know the name is the AI is named after that now dead man's wife because Billy killed him, right? Billy killed him years ago. We talked about this when we talked about the first episode, the first 3 episodes that were released. The flashbacks were risky, guys. Okay? The flashbacks were risky because the flashbacks took us through the first 5 episodes. Aaron, I see you. The flashbacks took us to the first 5 episodes, and then you realize you can't keep flashing back because you have to tell us what's going on now. And I feel like that's what happened when we crammed the last episode, the finale together. We crammed it together and we said, oh, well, we have to tell them like what's happening now. So then you had to shorten flashbacks to get us to the present, but you can't do that. Now I want to be invested, like AC said. I want to be invested. That's all. And you already have my investment, so keep it. And I feel like now I don't know who I care about outside of Sterling K. Brown. I don't. Terry and him can't even get a shower scene. I couldn't get a shower scene after y'all seen each other for the first 3 years. I didn't survive 2 bombs, sniper shots, uh, a plane crash. I can't get a little sex scene, a little shower scene. That's crazy. That's full stop for me right there. As soon as he met his wife, I said, I know we gonna cook right now. Episode 7, the penultimate episode, I said, I know we gonna cook. We did not. They said we've got to
We
go and
did not.
find other things. We did not. We did not.
Money.
Aaron, thank you so much for waiting. Talk to me, Aaron. Tell me how you feeling. Tell me what you're thinking.
I hated everything. Look,
Oh, well.
I've got fucking grievances. I have issues. I have concerns. I have shit to say. You hit me when you said flashbacks because I didn't like it from the beginning. But season episode 1, after I ended it, I already was checked out and I knew I wasn't going to watch the season. I knew I wasn't, because one thing you're going to do if you kill me with flashbacks, and here I stand by this. I stand by this. Flashbacks do not move your plot. Flashbacks explain something, give you context for something that has already happened. You're not moving me. You're not moving your story along. You're just providing context for something that's already happened. If you get too deep into flashbacks, I'm going to remove myself from the story. I'm going to become disengaged. Season 1, you had me engaged. You picked me up. You dropped me in the middle of these people's lives, and you got me interested and invested in where they were today. Today. You
Right.
got invested and interested in these people under this dome living in the middle of the desert at 50 however many miles underground.
They
That's
looking up and they ain't no sun.
what
It's a fake sun. Yup.
you sat me down. I got comfortable. I got snacks. I watched these people. I was invested. Then you get me into season 2 and now you're dropping flashbacks on me. Flash to the point where I'm like, okay, in different people. Like, no, 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 no. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Only you know what I cared about the first couple episodes? Anybody only thing I cared about was the horse that girl was riding off on. Is the horse okay? That's all I cared about because I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, yo, you guys are not invest. I'm not invested in these people. You're giving me too many flashbacks. You're not moving the plot that you introduced me to in the first season along. You just have me at a stalemate. One, two.
Season 2 was for
Also the
flashbacks.
reunion. Also the reunion. Why these people have
Ain't it?
they reunite with random white kids? Okay, that's another thing. Like, why are we picking up random kids along the way? Like, that was not something I
Oh
was.
my God. Aaron, you're so right. Do we care about the kid? Are
I
we supposed to care
know
about the kid?
Sterling had a baby strapped to his chest, like he's.
But also, Terry had a
He
baby. She picked up a baby as well on the way.
he has that Bean. That's his name. Bean. We don't even know his real name. His name is just Bean.
So we have 2 additional people into the family,
How are they going to introduce him to
but
this?
not really.
Two additional white people into the family. We have to be clear
But
about
but not really because Bean, where is Bean? I didn't
Bean
even see Bean. Bean is just trying chilling with the family, and then the baby went back to the daddy,
Alex, who is apparently that Sinatra.
Dylan.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry, Dylan.
yeah, Dylan,
Son,
Annie's
quote
baby.
quote. Like what? No, and no, it's like you didn't move your story along for me, and now I'm not invested in these people. I'm gonna tell you right now, I watched the season finale and I fast forwarded through the episodes in between. I didn't watch all of it because I already knew that it was going to be a snooze. It was going to just I was going to be disengaged. I did watch it for the Sarah Shahi. I love her.
Oh,
One of my
yes.
I've loved her. I remember her on an episode of Psych from like
Oh my God,
2000s.
I love Psych.
And she
Wait,
was
which one is Sarah? Which one is she? Who's she?
she's a therapist.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
to Robbie.
Tarabi,
I
yeah.
don't know her first name. Her first name is therapist to me.
Yeah, and she got her shit off in the second to the last episode. I was proud of her. And I was proud of her in the
No,
last episode where she was just as
I
cold.
have so
Like,
many
like,
issues with
no.
that
Well, I don't
therapist
know. I
character.
don't know how I feel about.
I
So again, hey, I get it. Thank you, Eric, because that you cooked. Because real quick though, I'm gonna throw some love. One flashback that I did enjoy was him meeting Terry, which is
I
why I was
really
so.
enjoyed those.
I really enjoyed the Terry Xavier flashbacks.
we
Notice I
didn't
said
need that much of it in my opinion. That's what my point is, not even the flashbacks, it's the amount of flashbacks we were getting. Because my
because
thing,
to your
if your flashbacks are providing so much information that is crucial to your story, start your story back then.
then it needs to be crucial to the story. And so that's why you got me so invested because I loved the way that they met. I loved the Terry Xavier, not X, flashback. She didn't even call him X. So I want to be clear about that. Anyways,
we
uh
we should be clear that most people like this season. In fact, it has like a 90 something percent audience approval. We are gripe guys, but a lot of people really enjoyed this season.
no,
And
I enjoyed the season. I am welcoming the grap
no
guys.
you didn't. You did not
I
enjoy the season.
enjoyed the season. It is impossible for me to not enjoy Sterling K. Brown running around. It's impossible for me.
He
I
was running for about 35 minutes of TV time in that last episode. Why did we have to do
I
so much of that?
I was like, I'm not sure. One part of my brain is like, I'm not sure what this means to the story. However, this plot is a good plot. Follow him. Follow him running. This is a good plot. Yes. Go ahead. Here's my thing though. When you get me invested in a character, because you already did, you successfully got me invested in these characters. And then you give me too much, right? Flashbacks are for what? Context. I like that, Aaron. Flashbacks are for context. You can't you can't beat me up with context. I get it. Trust me. Trust the viewer. Trust me that I know what's happening here. You give me the most beautiful backstory, the most beautiful, unique backstory about our protagonist and his beautiful black wife and this beautiful black family. Very important. Clock that. They meet and they half hug for zero point 0.5 seconds. They hugged for less time than you had Sterling K. Brown run for 8 minutes in the finale. That doesn't add up to me. The meet cutes span 3 episodes, and then when they finally reunite, it's 2.5 seconds. I don't like that. That's not what I wanted. I got more time with him and Dr. Tarabi. I got more sexual tension between him and Sinatra, quite frankly. Sinatra was like, you're kind of fine. We all get it. We all get it, Sinatra. We know she's not gonna go through with it because she like her husband, but like she felt it. She was like, you kind of, I'm glad you, when she said, I'm glad you the chosen one, we knew what she was saying. Because you fine as hell. And you're sexy and you're a good guy. It's a good thing to be sexy and a good person. But to have the wife with the children, to have the least, I mean, I feel like he cared more about Shailene Woodley's character than his wife. I didn't like that. Let's talk about the therapist. The therapist has had maybe the most ridiculous, chaotic character storyline ever. And I've been okay with it until she called Exodus.
This show don't make no fucking sense, bro.
Why
Sinatra
is
is
the
gone,
therapist
and the
calling
therapist
Exodus?
just starts being like, "Yo, I'm doing this,"
I don't
and
like. I'm
then
not into
and
that.
not one person was like, "You don't have the authority to do that." They were just like, "All right, Exodus."
I mean, it's like she said though. They were too scared to make a call. That's why when she called Exodus, she called them fucking cowards. And
So I'm
everyone else in
sorry.
the room, everyone else in the room was so quiet. They were too fragile. So Dr. Tarabi had that gut. She had it in her to actually step up when Snatcher wasn't there. Everyone else was too scared. So someone had to do it, and she did it.
I, I guess I'm glad someone stepped up. Here's the thing. I know what you wanted me to believe. I know what you wanted me to engage in. You wanted me to say, well, everybody in the room do know that the only person that really get to know Sinatra really got to know Sinatra personally, things that none of us know, is Dr. Tarabi. She's calling Exodus, though. Y'all cannot get a hold of Sinatra. And so I'm gonna just let me say this on record. It's 6:30 p.m. April 1st, 2026. You may not let my therapist decide the fate of 25,000 people. Love my therapist. She is the best. I trust her with everything. She does not make decisions for me. Okay? That's not how that works. There's no way that my therapist speaks for me. Actually, she would look at y'all crazy because she's just the best therapist. She would be like, while I support Monique in all of her endeavors and her decision making, what she's qualified to do and what she's built should come from her. So we know that that dialogue was to move the plot forward. We don't have a problem understanding what sci-fi is. We get it. Ain't no therapist calling no Exodus. Mind you, TJ, we didn't even know what Exodus was. Aaron, go ahead.
Well, she's going to do that because she doesn't respect Sinatra. So she already has in her head that Sinatra sent Jane to kill her, and she took that bitch out. Like she's already suspecting that she murdered the presidents. Like she doesn't have respect for her, so she wasn't gonna wait for her to tell her what to do anyway. My
But to me, that's not a waiting to tell her what to do. That's deciding for 25,000 people in the bunker.
Yeah, because no one else was going to do it, and I think she was fed up. I think once she realized that people were coming for their heads, she's like, I don't care. She's like, I'm not invested in any of this around me. I really think she's removed herself once she put that camera in her office to see what Sinatra's doing. Like
Yeah.
been like she has really been like 1 foot out anyway. So she's mostly been like watching her back. So
It feels like they had utterly nothing from the therapist to do this season. The therapist was
That's why they
literally
gave her that. That's why they gave it to her.
therapist was literally our way of getting to know more about Sinatra. That was her role in season one. In season two, she had nothing to do at all. So they just said, "Well, just have her kill Jane." Jane been running around the bunker killing
Mind
everybody,
you,
and she gets killed by the therapist.
mind
Jane is
you,
a trained killer. What are we talking about?
mind you, G.I. Jane done got away with 17 murders in a town of 25,000 people for 4.5 years. Okay? She's G.I. Jane. Nothing gets past her. She killed the president. She killed a bunch of other people. She's successfully done that. And then the real protagonist, the real savior becomes Dr. Tarabi. Just a quick little stab to the thing, and you try to make me believe. We know she's not dead, guys. We know she's not dead.
Gorgeous lady. She has not had one thing to do that is just about her as a character. It's always what she does to serve other characters. She's fucking
Which
Sterling K. Brown. She's
I
therapizing her. She's killing Jane. She don't have no independent storyline whatsoever in 2 seasons.
That's what I'm saying. She got. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. That I'm okay with the support character. I love a support character. I love support characters in video games. I love a support character. That's not my issue. My issue is you kind of took her everywhere. She'd be doing anything. She'd just be running around like she Pac. That's what. That's Dr. Tarabi. She'd be running around like she Pac. That's what she does. She literally just does whatever she wants. And if she's going to make these big calls in season three, Paradise, if she's that important to where to me, that's history in the making. This discovery, sorry, spoiler alert, of a second bunker happened because Dr. Tarabi called Exodus. Anybody that died happened. Why, TJ? Because Dr. Tarabi called Exodus. Sound like she running shit.
Shoot me in the face, second bunker. This that could not be more interesting, at least less interesting in season three if I tried. Are you kidding me? There just happens to be another secret bunker.
it's
Oh my god, guys! No, bro. There's
lazy.
no fucking way, bro.
That was lazy writing, in my opinion. That's like another metaverse. Like, oh, we have another universe. We have a plot hole. We can't explain it. Let's make another universe.
I,
How did I want to hear from the chat? How did y'all feel about the second bunker? Welcome to the stage, Brooklyn Pfizer. What did you think? Is the second bunker an AI?
you got to be kidding. And time. We didn't even talk about time travel, Monique. The Alex is trying to
Hold
do
on, hold
time
on.
travel.
Let Brooklyn Pfizer speak. Hey guys. By the way, second bunker. Ah, a second bunker.
I was completely lost with that part of the storyline. I was like,
Ah,
there's a whole tunnel for you to travel completely outside to towards the Denver airport, which we have never seen ever when they've done aerial shots. It just completely threw me for a loop.
a second bunker?
With
How are
people
you
just
gonna get
down there doing math and tag.
how
And
are
it's
you
like
gonna get people into the what is this bunker for?
for Alex, I guess, or was that the name of it?
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's where
The
Alex is.
AI,
Where they show you the
Alex.
AI. That's where Alex is in the second bunker.
everyone knows if you're gonna have a bunker, you gotta have a second bunker. So it makes perfect sense to me.
It's very true. It's very
You
true.
gotta
One
have a
thing you
backup.
know,
I got
One
three
bunker
bunkers
after
myself.
another.
you have to have a second bunker. In my head, a second bunker means you move people to the second bunker. Where are people right now, chat? Where are the people right now, chat?
Outside in the world.
They're outside again, enjoying the real sun after years and years of being in a fake bubble, which was so fire in the first season. This second bunker houses an AI computer that manipulates time.
Monique, the
TJ, go
the
ahead.
the AI computer is messed up. What's going on? What's going on with the AI
TJ,
computer?
TJ,
Well,
no, you know what? TJ,
it
you don't
answered an
understand.
equation that we didn't ask it yet.
TJ, you don't. The thing is, TJ, you don't understand sci-fi.
Monique, did you watch Lost? Because I know that people like these little mystery box shows, right? Like what do you call the Apple show about the people who work at the what's that show called? The people who work in the on the other floor. Whatever that Severance. Like Severance is a mystery box
Excuse
show.
me, hold on now. Why is Severance coming up? Severance is perfect.
Because these are mystery box shows. These are we
Oh,
don't
okay.
know what's happening. We don't know what's going on, but we want to get to the end and see the answers. And so I understand the appeal of a mystery box show because I didn't watch Lost, but I really like Severance, and Severance is a mystery box show. And what mystery box shows run into, same thing Lost ran into, same thing Paradise ran into, same thing even the last season of Severance have run into, is as you start to answer the questions, the viewers have more questions. Like the viewers are just like, okay, you answered that question, but what about my next question? And that's why people weren't happy with the way that Lost ended because they didn't like the fact that once you got to the end, they were like, wait, I still have 30 questions. And I think that's where Severance unfortunately is heading. And I
What happens though is that guarantees another greenlit season. But you have to end it at some point. All the best TV shows are anywhere from 3 to 5 seasons. We've talked about this. What we watched, we've been here, chat. We've been here for almost 6 years. We've talked about this. Here's the thing: if there's a second bunker, all right, and you've got people outside, I have the follow up questions. What is the bunker for? If it's just for Alex, why do you think Xavier is going to care about that? If it was for Sinatra and her family, you didn't follow Sinatra's family. We don't really care about the husband. The husband showed up in eight 8.5 seconds over 2 seasons, and they were just making out. But okay, she has her kid and whatever. You introduced time travel, so chat. I think we could write season 3 right now. Like I know what season 3 is going to be about. What could it? What are you going to do? You're going to Russian doll me again. There's going to be another bunker
don't
again.
forget
You can
that
give me another
Sinatra
bunker
has another kid who is also the baby daddy of Shailene Woodley's son, who is also the guy who is leading the charge into the
against the
bunker.
bunkers.
This guy has been everywhere, and now he's just connected to every character, and we learned that in the finale.
He's also the supercomputer creator,
He
but
is
not.
everything,
He's literally everyone.
but somehow Xavier is the chosen one, and not the guy who literally created this computer. That is where we are.
Where is my Super Bowl? Who is fighting Xavier? Who's going to stop Xavier? If Alex, if Alex chose Xavier, not X, Xavier, then what's the problem? He's just going to insert this chip, and then I know he's going to have the fate of the world in his hands. And there's going to be multiple dimensions and
Yeah,
multiple
he's Neo.
people. There's going to be multiple Sinatras, there's going to be multiple Dylans, there's going to be multiple Dr. Tarabis. We're going to go straight into Loki. We're going to go straight into Marvel. Paradise is going to enter Marvel. It's going to be a great business deal. Everyone's going to have a great time because time is being manipulated. Kang might even come back. Who knows? Kang the Conqueror might show up in Paradise. And we'll get Ant Man, quantum physics Ant Man, who happens to be Dylan's grandfather, right? That's what's going to happen. That's what's happening. Darren, welcome to the stage. Thank you for being so patient. What you got to say? Did you love it? I loved
Oh,
it. I enjoyed this show. I'm just very
Stop
confused, but I
lying.
guess I
You did
don't
not love
understand
it.
sci-fi.
no.
I did. I enjoyed it.
So I don't know. I agree with what Teach said. It's like with a lot of these sci-fi mystery box shows, they kind of get over their skis, and also they were kind of waving this wave of fan support. So I think there's a good amount of people who also might think the same thing we think, but aren't willing to say stuff like that. But I'll talk a little bit more about the second bunker thing.
Yeah,
That's
let's talk
like
about it.
a probably like a diversification strategy that Sinatra employed, but also specifically the Denver airport thing. It plays into some crazy conspiracy theories. If you go to the Wikipedia for the Denver International
Yeah.
Airport, you'll see like the conspiracy
There's an
theory
underground thing. Yeah.
conspiracy theories
Yes.
section there. So they're kind of just playing around with that type of idea there. But yeah, overall with the season, it was just like they kind of had so many different plot threads going and didn't
Yeah.
really get you invested into many of them. And
Yeah.
by the time they had to
Correct.
realize everything had to come together, it took a 2 day train ride from Atlanta to Denver, and everything was kind of resolved and coming to a head at that point. It's a train ride that was so long, but Xavier couldn't tell his
They
wife
made
that
it.
there's a sun in the building. So, so she wasting the time looking up at the sky when everything else is going down.
No, yeah. Yeah, I think what's funny about this season finale to me is that I actually did cry at the end, y'all. It did get me. It got me. No, not the season finale, the penultimate episode. No, it was the finale. I can't remember. It did get me, guys. I got emotional. I did. I got emotional because I was like, oh my God. Okay. This matters. But does it matter? Right? I don't know. Like when like the crying was very short. I dropped like a tear and a half and I was like, well, they don't call him X. And y'all can fight me all day. They don't call him X. No one calls him
You
X.
also didn't
I
have to
didn't like
have
that.
the line of dialogue that some people call him X to make people understand that Xavier was X. You can literally just have Sinatra look at the card, see the X, look at Xavier, and have that aha moment. You don't actually have to write, "Oh, they
Come on,
call him
guys.
X," because I,
I
I don't
yeah,
remember him being
I feel
called X. And
disrespected.
people said that he has been called X. I'm sure that they are right,
No,
but
he
I don't
hasn't,
remember
TJ.
that.
No, there's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's two sentences here. One is a series of nicknames I've had over the years. X is one of them. That's one thing. People call me X is the same thing as saying when LL Cool J said they call me Big Ellie. No one calls you Big
That's
Ellie.
not that's not the same because no one's ever called El Cool J Big Ellie. Whereas somebody apparently there is evidence that he was called X in this season.
No.
Apparently it exists.
LL Cool J insists that some obscure person has called him Big Ellie. No one has ever called him that. No, no, no. If your one mother and your one bestie calls you a thing, that is not people calling you the name. People call you Xavier, babes. They call you Xavier. TJ. People call you TJ, but you have a real name. That's fair. People call you TJ. Not your family, not your best friend. People
Well,
call you
people
TJ,
also call me
whereas
Big Ellie, so I have some sympathy.
no one called him X. I don't like that. We understand sci-fi perfectly. I want to address the mailman situation because it was good for a little second.
No, it wasn't.
It was good for a second, TJ. When you find out that man was a sniper and he killed his dude, that was good. It stopped being good there, but it was good. I was like, okay. The thing about it is they don't I feel like people that like it are not feeling disrespected about the lack of trust. I feel like there's a lot of lack of trust. Trust me, when I saw the agent user X, you don't need the daughter to throw out that crazy dialogue as Dylan leaves the car. Why are we in a rush? Notice in that scene, guys, watch that scene again. I want you to watch the scene again. It's the most cringeworthy scene. We're rushing to save the world. A white man calls your name from a car, says, has no context, just says, Xavier, X. And after sprinting to the building, he turns around and walks slowly back. Did y'all see that? You didn't. Go watch it again. He walks slowly back after a white man calls his name from a car that he just jumped and sped out of. Doesn't make any sense. What we've got to save the world. We've got to save the bunker world. And then, hey, just remember my daughter, something, whatever he yelled. Okay, we can talk about that later. Like, we can literally talk about that later. So then he goes in. We get to TJ's point. Let's go back. We get Xavier and Sinatra head to head. TJ, how did they become besties so quickly?
because they I guess they somehow realized, and I was a little iffy on how this worked, but they realized that their daughters happened to be together at the time, and they both wanted to find
No,
their daughter.
they were chummy before the daughter thing. She discovered the daughter thing after he said his daughter was. They were already. She was already like, "You're the best. You're the best in the world. You're the best. I'm so glad you're here." No, I'm really, really glad. Like, they did a good job in like having Xavier be like, why is you acting like this?" But see, that's disrespectful to me as a viewer. To me, that's disrespectful. You know that Sinatra is a conniving bitch. You know that. And that's a good thing. Keep her in that lane. Like, when he pulls up her daughter, there should have been some sort of quick little fight out of the elevator that like Sinatra considered letting them die. Oh, but Monique, remember, she knows that Agent X is the user. She's also like the owner of Alex. I don't know. Go talk
And
to
she
Alex. Be like,
hadn't put
Alex, are you
together
sure?
yet that X was Xavier because she needed that line of dialogue apparently to know that.
So I just want a little bit of respect. I know what's going on. I can put together that when you don't even need dialogue. I can put together that when she hands the chip and it says Agent User X, ain't nobody else named Xavier. Nobody called him X. Nobody called him X. And you can't leverage that, because if you're gonna flashback me to death in season two, then I need to see some flashbacks of people calling him X. Where are the flashbacks of people calling him X? That's important context, right? This is not just froofy shit. This matters because Alex, has now performed time travel, time manipulation, right, Teach? She's performed time manipulation now. So Alex
We don't
knows
know Alex's
who.
gender. We can't assume Alex's gender. We Alex is a not a
No,
genderless being.
Alex is non-binary. She's ungendered. Anyways, she is ungendered. Um, it
It
that takes me out of it too much. I can't. I'm not calling
Monique,
Alex.
the antagonist for season three is it. It is an AI being. It does not have a gender.
Is it an antagonist though? Because it called for X to put a chip in him. Her.
We don't know
It.
what it called for X to do. We just know that it left the card and that X is supposed to be the one that interacts with Alex. But it could be that Alex is trying to use Xavier to bring about some awful end for humanity, which I'm sure is the way this is going to go.
Because it can anticipate a question that you ask and solve it before you ask it. Why was that scene only 11 seconds? Having the doctor fight Sinatra and just say, "No, stop." That was it. "No, I will stop doing this supercomputer." After getting the kid killed, or I guess it was
You
before
don't
getting the kid killed. I
understand.
don't
You
know.
don't understand what is happening right now. It's like, yeah, that's because you haven't explained it to us. But sure.
This was all in the finale, guys. Everything we're talking about for the last hour is all in the finale. All of this was revealed to us in the finale. And remind you, this season started with Shailene Woodley and the baby. Annie's baby. There was a real dialogue. There's real dialogue where the side piece of the president that we cared about in the first season, that survived twice now, says, "I'm not just a side piece. Your father wants you to become the man that he saw."
Mhm.
That's real
That
dialogue
scene was
there.
one of the what that actress, God bless her soul. That actress has really struggled, in my opinion, in this show. And it only stands out because the rest of the cast is so good. But man, her scenes are not easy to watch. And they killed her twice, but she's not dead.
She's not dead. She doesn't die.
Do
Sinatra's
you
probably
think
not dead
Sinatra
either.
and Jane
Jane's
are
not
dead?
dead. No, no, then of course not. TJ, there's no
I
death
think there's
here.
0% chance that those guys are dead. I think it's 0% chance that those people are dead. Those people are definitely going to be in next season.
Darren, are these people alive? No one dies in this. What are you not understanding? The only person
Billy's
that
dead.
died is the
Billy's
president.
dead.
Is he?
Billy's
Billy's
dead.
dead.
Okay, so we've got Billy and the president. At least 18 other people have gotten got, and all of them
And
are
But
Shailene
alive.
with
Woodley
time
is dead.
travel, nobody has to be dead. So
Yeah, I heard,
That's
That's
a
what
yeah,
I'm
good point.
saying. I'm telling
Fuck,
you, none
I
of these
didn't even
people are
think about
dead.
that.
I heard Annie was still alive.
I told you that yesterday, TJ. I said nobody's dead. It's two of everybody. Nobody's dead.
And he's definitely going to be still alive. This is crazy. Y'all just broke my brain because y'all are right. Now that there's time travel, nobody's actually dead.
Nobody's dead. Sinatra did a little do 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 in that nuclear thing, going down memory lane with her son. I forgot she had a son that she lost. And remember that scene on the little horsey outside the store. I said they did do that. I do remember that. Thank you for reminding me, Darren. Who's dead? Who's for real dead outside of Billy? Just Billy's dead. Is the president dead?
the president's dead, but doesn't have to stay dead. Billy might have to be our anchor point where he's dead for across all timelines.
Billy has to die in every timeline. Dang, Billy, that's crazy, Billy. I'm sorry, Billy. I didn't really understand your whole context because they just nerfed the hell out of you and made Jane the one. AC cool. Is anybody dead? I'm being very serious because I'm tired of it.
You know, the president's definitely dead. The president, the second president, he's definitely dead. The guy who was on Dylan's squad, the old white guy, he's definitely dead, right? Who got hit with the gas pipes? Those guys got to be dead, right? I mean, someone's got to be dead. The horse is probably dead, but it's also probably alive, you know. And then the guy that the mailman killed, he's definitely dead, right? You know. This is,
That okay, that's a good call. The mailman sniped the fuck out that man. He lit that man up. Okay, he's dead. Billy and the mailman's bestie are our anchor points.
How is that mailman still
Nobody.
alive? How did Sterling not murder that mailman?
I was so convinced he was not gonna make it. I was ready for him to get. I was thinking last minute he was just gonna like grab Teri because he loves Teri, and then Xavier or X was gonna have to just take him out. I was so shocked that he survived. I was so shocked he survived.
So
Oh my
this show
god,
is written
yeah,
by
I'm so
the guys who did This Is Us, right? So they have this like really soft heart and can't really just like hold people accountable in certain ways.
yo, This Is Us worked really well for the first 30% of the show. But then we kept doing the thing that we're doing now where it's like, okay, you got me invested in this for a reason. If our characters are going to go through any transformations, any sort of revelations, let's take Sinatra for instance. Sinatra literally was proposed to us as this woman that is a multi-billionaire. We already planted psychologically in our heads that we don't trust we don't trust billionaires, right? So, okay, so she's a billionaire. She's crazy smart. She's played God. She has selected who will live and who will die, including those in the bunker's families. I have left your family to die. You can stay though. You're welcome. And she lied about the fact that it was a bunker. No one knew it was a bunker. I don't know how. I'm still a little bit confused as to how that is, which is maybe why Alex it came into the picture to kind of explain that maybe there's 17 versions of everyone. Okay, so then you lie. Okay, so Sinatra, every time our loves of our lives, Xavier and his family try to do anything, Sinatra's in the way. Season 2, scratch all of that. Sinatra's like, he's dead or not. I don't care. He's out of my way. So then get me involved in Sinatra. But you don't do that. You give me like history about Sinatra. Okay. So fine. Sinatra's over Xavier. Xavier goes out and tells every human being that there's a bunker that exists. Don't know why he did that. We talked about it in the last chat. Don't know why he did that. That was dumb. He like Sterling K. Brown liked that clip too. I was like, Sterling K. Brown, as a character, Xavier, that was dumb as hell. You don't go around telling everybody you need to get to Atlanta and there's a bunker in Colorado. Those are opposite ways. That's silly. That's a silly character thing to do. So then we need to have Xavier give a fuck about getting back at Sinatra or getting his family, whatever, right? So fine, Tej. This is where I'm like, Tej, I'm okay with this. Fine. Sinatra and Xavier don't have to have their crossing storyline season two because Sinatra don't give a fuck about him. She thinks he's dead out in the wilderness or whatever. He's out of her way. And then Xavier is like, well, what she took from me was my wife. So I'm just gonna find my wife. So what I need to see now is Sinatra running the bunker like a mad woman and protecting her family and going all the things. And I need to see Xavier going crazy so that when he does find his wife, there's sparks and sex flying everywhere. I got neither of those things. Not one time this season did Sinatra do anything this season? What did Sinatra do this
Apparently, she
season?
died.
She made sweet love to her husband.
Okay. So Sinatra not doing nothing. Okay, cool. So I'm with Xavier then. Fine. Xavier then survived 2 plane crashes, 17 fights, 3 explosions, 2 train rides, uh children, children can't take care of nothing. So I don't know how he survived the children. Children let you die. But okay. So he survived all of this. Then the mailman, then he meets a mailman that fell in love with his wife, cutesy, and then he meets his wife, and we get 11 seconds of them hugging.
Monique, they didn't even give us a resolution of when Teri meets the therapist, and we know that Sterling has already clapped them cheeks. We didn't even get that coming out. We didn't even get that awkwardness maybe between Teri and the therapist, or maybe the therapist says something weird that makes Teri think that something weird is going on. We didn't get none of that.
As something as a woman in this business, and I get it. There might be a lot of things that we want to show psychologically, whatever representation on television regarding romance and sexual involvements and nudity and the likes. So you mean to tell me you did your equations for 2 seasons, and the only time I get to see Sterling K. Brown naked is when he is fucking the therapist that he actually didn't even really care about. Mind you, it was very clear. Go back and watch when he actually does fuck the therapist. She had to like beg him. She was like all up on the nigga. He was like, I take it or leave it. Okay. He meets his wife, which you've made me care about since 8 episodes ago, 19, 10, 10, 11, 12 episodes ago. You made me care about it. He meets her. TJ, I want you to, right now today, TJ, we have not seen them be intimate at all. His wife that he met after 3.5 years of being in the bunker, whatever, and riding on horseback with a baby and surviving explosions. We have not had one scene. Did we get any of those scenes, guys? Did we get a scene of them having
You
sex?
sound so horny right now, but I can't disagree with your logic. I can't disagree.
Did I miss it? Maybe I missed it. For real, for real. Darren, AC Cool, Brooklyn Pfizer. Did we get some intimacy between
No cheeks were clapped
with his wife
this season.
that he produced 2 children with?
She had on the same shirt for like 3 episodes. I'll pass.
I Hey guys, look, I know why everyone loves this show. I want to know what happens to my man. I'm gonna need y'all to have a little bit more respect for me. The chat, show writers, showrunners, everybody, have a little bit more respect for me. I'm not even saying I'm gonna respect you more. I respect you already. You need to have a little bit more respect for me as a viewer. What is happening? Teach, can you see me on video?
Yes, I can.
Checking in. Okay, cool. Thank you. That's what I'm gonna need to know. Let's go around the room before we close this chat out. I want to know what you think is gonna happen in season 3, if you're gonna be tuned in, and who is actually
Can I
dead.
go first?
Okay, Teach. No, Teach, let me not
First,
go first.
oh,
Okay. I was thinking this.
Darren, go ahead. Darren, you go. TJ, you gonna go last. You need to listen to everybody.
This man
TJ. All
Sterling.
right, go ahead and answer my three
This man
questions.
Sterling. He's been showing up everywhere with the torn Achilles, so I don't think there's gonna be much running next season. Um, as far as who's dead,
Another plot hole, but I just don't understand sci-fi. He was literally messed up in his whole knee for the first 6
that's
episodes.
true.
Now he's chopping. But that's because adrenaline is running. Because like to save the world, you're overcoming any kind of physical pain. Even after when you're meeting everybody and you're calming down and your adrenaline is down, you're still okay. You're still
I totally
perfect. Go
forgot
ahead.
about he messed up. He tore his
I
ACL
don't
in the first episode.
I don't get I don't get sci-fi though. Go ahead.
But I think everything's gonna be fine at the end. They're gonna this is the happy fun time people. They're gonna give us a happy ending where AI and time travel saves the world, I suppose.
What does Alex want from X?
What does Alex want from X? That's a I don't even think the writers know. Honestly, at this point, they'll figure it out as they get in the room next in a couple months.
Yo, they're watching this chat and they're like, yeah, no, we're trying to figure that out too. We know that's your
Wait,
question.
Monique, did they have the arc where he hurts his leg in the plane crash because Sterling K. Brown actually had a hurt leg? Is that what they did?
Yeah.
I wonder how he hurt his leg, like in real life, because he is his in real life his leg is messed
They're
up.
He tore it playing basketball.
babes. Babes,
Man,
the meet cute was a thing. The meet cute was a thing too. Remember, he was in the hospital meeting his wife because he
do
had
you
knee
think they
issues.
wrote the season like that specifically because he? I didn't even think about that, and I knew that his leg was messed up in
Yeah.
real life. Okay, I'm gonna give them credit for that.
Welcome.
I didn't have to give them a lot of credit.
Happy what we watch
If that's
Wednesday.
if that's
Yeah.
what actually happened, that is a lot of
But
ingenuity
no,
to be able to wrap your season around the fact that your lead is injured, and I didn't give them respect. I did not
no,
even put that together.
That's probably why they
no,
didn't go
teach,
full
no, but
Walking Dead and like post-apocalypse murder town out there.
no, teach, but you don't understand, teach. He ran for 8 minutes at the end of the season. He's fine.
Yeah, but they probably filmed that before they filmed before he hurt
He's
himself.
fine. He's fine. It doesn't matter.
I didn't even think about that.
He's
Y'all
fine.
kind of blown my mind. Really,
He's fine. Darren,
that's a
he's fine.
great job getting things done on the run and changing and circumstances change. That's
Yeah, he's
impressive.
fine. It's great. It is. Darren, go ahead and answer the last couple questions.
What was the other questions? Who's all gonna die? I think
Uh,
everybody's coming back. Even
oh, do you think
I think you're
everybody's
gonna
gonna
see
die?
Cal as like a professor because that's what he said he wanted to do.
Cal can come back as a press. Okay, cool. Anthony Chidoro.
Um, you mentioned earlier like what does Alex want with X? I think Alex knows everything, so Alex knows that
Right.
Sterling is he's just a good guy. He's just, he's fair, he's kind, he cares for
He's
white
hot.
babies, he
Right.
cares for black babies, cares for a lot of white babies.
Right.
Yeah, he's hot. Is this a what we watch chat or is this an
Right.
ode to Sterling? I'm not sure.
It's
Anyway,
unclear. Same
I
thing.
think that
Same
Alex
thing.
probably wants to collaborate with Sterling because he is the chosen one. In terms of what happens next, honestly, I mean, yeah, Jane's back, so naturally, my mind tells me that she wants to get revenge because she's obviously been born crazy. Tarabi, I mean, maybe she gets a new love interest. Maybe we get that sex scene between Teri and Sterling eventually, and then
Maybe.
Bean grows up and Bean, he does what he does. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really care about those white kids, but looking forward to it. I'll watch it for sure. Not because I'm excited, but just because I want to see how it ends. Because that's got to be the last season from there.
You got us. You got us, guys. No matter what, we're gonna hear and we're gonna talk about it, and people are gonna want to be in this chat. We got you, Paradise Chat. Brooklyn Pfizer, go ahead. What's Alex got going on? Who's alive? Who's dead? What's gonna happen in season 3?
I think everybody is alive. I think all of this is a narrative created by Alex. That's the main thing I thought as soon as I saw the episode. Like, oh, this is some AI
Mm.
bullshit. Um,
Mm.
what was the second question?
What do you think is gonna happen in season 3? Which kind of answers that. Who's dead alive? Who's dead?
Wait, but
Who's alive?
also I think in season 3 that the therapist is pregnant.
Mm.
Nobody saw
Oh my God!
any kind of condom, any kind of nothing. They was fucking was it the
It's
shower?
very true.
And then she
Oh
looked
my God!
sincerely
It's very true.
heartbroken as soon as the wife popped up. She looked heartbroken.
So we
So
Facts.
I
got
was
And
two.
to
We're gonna have
AC's
two black kids, two white kids, a little mixed child.
3 mixed kids. That's what I'm saying. To AC's point, Sterling K. Brown's father of the year. All right, you have a baby. He's the father. Mood. Okay, big mood. Same.
and
Also me as well.
the last thing I will be returning to for season 3. Um
Period.
I'm invested. I never leave a show alone. Even when it's at its worst, I'm like, I'm gonna finish this out and then I'm gonna complain about it afterwards. But I really did enjoy stumbling across the Paradise chat with you guys. So I'm looking forward to that too.
I'm so glad you're here too. Chat, showrunners, we just want a little bit more respect. Like we get it. We know. I don't want no flashbacks in season 3. I don't want no flashbacks. AC, you brought up a good point. I'm gonna need Jane. I'm gonna need the Jane story to wrap, or I'm gonna need that to be wrapped up. I not once when she was on screen was she convincing of anything. They let her they let her get away with too much. I need that flipped around in season 3. Jane is not her like that. Cut it out. Cut it out. Jane is not her like that. And if she is, then make her her for real. She can't be this squeaky, conniving mouse all the time. Nobody's dumb enough. Because remember, guys, the black woman that was fucking our first sitting president knows about Jane. So surely she has an arc, right? TJ, I know you love her. I know she's your favorite character. Surely your favorite character has an arc now because she's alive and knows how conniving Jane is.
That actress,
But I
that
guess,
actress, God bless her. God bless her.
Teacher, go ahead and tell me what you think is going to
You know
happen.
what? Y'all have convinced me. I'm gonna watch Paradise season 3 because I think that I understand what's happening now. Paradise is
Okay,
going
I'm
to
listening.
be a critique on using AI to write television shows, and it's going to come out that the reason why the writing was so bad for season 2 and possibly season 3 is because AI was writing the script, and it was AI's decision to not have to kill off our antagonist. Maybe she's dead, maybe she's not. But AI decided to
Who
kill
knows?
off our human antagonist and replace it with an AI antagonist, which is going to make the show worse. And AI actually did that because AI is serving its own agendas. And if that is a critique on using AI in our writing, then it is worth it. And I will hail Paradise as a classic. So if that's where we're going, then I'm in. Otherwise, I'm very out. I'm very, season 2 left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm out.
I want to close this chat with a couple of things just to say thank you so much for joining. We're on year 6 of having these chats on all your favorite shows. Every time you see a show that's being talked about online, we got you covered. We facilitate the conversations. We let you say it with your chest. App is coming soon because we don't rely on X. Mm. And we do call it X. People do call it X. Twitter. And so here's my thing though. I'm speaking directly to you who thinks that I don't understand sci-fi. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. Every fucking science fiction movie that you can think of, whatever, all of you in the chat, whatever science fiction movie comes to your head, think about it. Matrix, maybe? Think about it. Think about it. Chosen One, maybe? Think about it. Science fiction, mystery box, romance, all the things. Lost, Pretty Little Liars, Severance, any Marvel time manipulation movie, Loki, Moon Knight, and anything about the world being manipulated, time being manipulated, people lying, people dying but not really dying. We are not new to that. We're not new to any concept, not one concept. Mission Impossible, last movie as well. Go ahead and add that into the parallels. Any of these concepts that Paradise has presented, none of them are new. This is not a bad thing. It's not a critique. That's good. That's how you keep people engaged. You're not trying to teach us anything new that we need to wrap our minds around. But when we critique it, it's because there's a lack of trust for the viewers, I guess. And I know that we're in a tough time in the industry, but I'm just asking for Paradise season 3. Trust us a little bit. We don't need that much context, and answer some of my questions. And if you need to keep rushing dolling it, that's fine, but get me invested in the characters. Make sure that when my husband introduces me to a girl that he cheated on me with, that I get some storyline around it. Okay? Like, make sure I get some storyline around that. That matters.
He
Make
didn't
sure
technically
that if
cheat.
they
He thought she was.
wait, what?
He didn't technically cheat. He thought she was dead.
Yeah, it's not cheating. It's not cheating if the person is deceased, even if they're not really deceased.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
oh, oh,
remember
oh,
he one of the big
oh,
reveals at the end of season 1 is that
She was alive.
Sinatra tells him that his wife
Yeah,
is alive.
yeah, yeah.
uh, uh,
If
oh
it
my
was up,
god.
if I was Sterling, I would absolutely feel in my right to have sexual intercourse with Dr. Tarabi. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
death
sure.
did us part. That's the vow. Death did them part, and then he did the
Amen,
therapy.
brother. Amen.
Black
And on
men
that note,
are always one too. Oh my God. Black. Oh my God.
I mean, like, what do we? I mean,
Oh my God.
how
So
many
you do.
years? How
So
many
you
years
do.
must you wait for the confirmation?
So you do realize. You do realize he cheated though.
But
Whether you think you cheated or not, you cheated though,
it's
right? Like,
forgivable now.
oh,
Very
Yeah, she got to
forgivable.
give him a
uh,
pass.
uh,
And
Yeah.
she brought a whole white baby back to the bunker. Now you got to give me a pass. You
Mm.
have a white baby with you, ma'am. I don't know what the hell happened out there.
Shirley K. Brown also brought back a white baby.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
that white
but he
baby's
got rid of the
dad
white
is
baby.
here now.
He
Yeah,
got
he got rid of his white
he
Okay.
got
baby.
rid
Her
of his
white
white
baby
baby.
is
This
here to stay.
chat.
Terry gonna have
This is
that white baby
crazy.
forever.
This is this Paradise Finale Chat season 2, and we're gonna all sit down and I need y'all to ask and tweet out. Should Terry forgive? He too fine. I'd forgive him too, honestly.
We
I forgive him
appreciate your
too.
honesty on.
Happy What We Watch Wednesday. Thank you so much. That was Paradise season 2 finale. Ciao. See you next time.